We're chatting to Riaan Jordan, digital marketing here on E-Radio. We do it every week, and we are currently talking about websites. And in today's podcast, the latest website trends for 2024. So obviously, as we move further into the year, it's almost the end of the year. There's almost nothing left of the diary. I just noticed it. So the whole you've got all this paper, but it's the past days of the whole year that's gone by, and then you've got this small. I don't know about you. I still have an actual paper diary, and then you've got this small piece of diary left. That's the rest of the year. It's almost nothing that's left.
Absolutely, you can't. It's amazing how time flies. Especially this year, it feels like everything just goes quicker.
It is, and I don't have a problem with that. The only thing I'm worried about is we're getting older. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
That's very true.
Okay, but anyway, so as we move further into 2024, website design continues to evolve, driven by the latest technologies and also a deeper understanding of user behavior and preferences. So for people to stay relevant and competitive, businesses and web developers are now focusing on creating visually appealing, functional and accessible websites. Riaan Jordan is going to help us with 4 key website trends for 2024 with a particular focus on design and user experience. So Riaan, where do we start?
Let's start with the design aspects of a website. When we're talking about design aspects, the days of having multiple colors and long text, long form text, and that kind of thing is basically over and done with. We all know that people's attention span. Your new website should be a lot more image focused and video. Than text. If you do, look, you need the text in any case to do your SEO to start off with.
Yeah.
But I see what a lot of the people are doing, or what we're also doing, is if it's longer text, you can actually shorten it by showing the first sentence and then a read more button. So you actually, if you read more and it's interested clients, they can click on it and read more, which is where you write your keywords in, but don't show all of that all at once. If I go land on a text-heavy website now, it's just like, it's too much reading. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So minimalist and clean design. That's
I agree.
Key.
Yeah.
When we do go to color schemes and typography, it's basically use bold text wherever you can, and your color schemes as well. It's a bit more prominent colors, so you get your sort of color schemes and dynamic typefaces and everything if I can, the easiest way to explain it is, think about an old website. It's like a book of pages that you read. These days, it's more like slides sliding down over each other, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And those slides should have the minimum text, and whatever text there is, use bold text and bold color schemes, but keep it clean and minimalistic. So it sounds like what do you call it? That you contradict yourself, but that is basically what it is. Photos and videos must tell the story, and then you have the text, but hide it behind a read more button or something like that. Don't have a heavy text influence flash up on your screen. Another new thing is, and we're going to touch on the AI just now. Obviously, everybody is going AI and everything that goes with it. But something that you don't understand, or most people don't understand, is because of the new updates with AI, accessibility and inclusivity. Access and inclusivity, what we mean by that is there's no reason why, or the going trends going forward is you should be able to talk to your device, and your website must be able to interpret those commands and text that you say. So that becomes a bit more technical. And that's all with the AI that's being written into everything. When we say AI, I don't say go and build yourself an AI website if you're a guest house, but with what you can do with AI is, for example, to answer frequently asked questions. We write AI, for example, into answering Facebook messages, that kind of thing. So, if you're a corporation, that's a different story. You have to invest in all those tools, but you don't have to go and break the bank. If you're a small business, you can still employ those AI tools. by simple things like frequently asked questions, messages that gets answered, etc. So that's a sort of an overview of where the trends are going for 2024, going into 2025. And I must be honest, it changes at the moment in such a tempo that it's really difficult to keep up even for us, with all the new technology that comes in.
Yeah, rapid pace, hey, and it's actually scary, especially this AI thing. It just,
Yes.
it was, people say, no, it's always been there in the background, but to me it feels like the past year or two, it's just suddenly appeared and it's just growing and growing and getting more intense.
Absolutely. And the thing, I think, the biggest thing with AI, I always say, is don't get overwhelmed with it. I started researching it, and it was actually an eye-opener for me. When I started researching it, I thought I was sort of in front of the AI, or sort of, leading cutting edge type of thing. And it was an absolute eye-opener for me when I looked at a video on YouTube that says, there are 1,200 AI tools. This is the 50 best ones. It's just like, where do you start? That's the first overwhelming feeling, is if there's 1,200 tools out there, where do you start? And I always say, I think it's time that we go back to basics. So a basic website needs to have good content on it, good fit photographs, and please have a contact number and an email address, that kind of thing, visible, because there's nothing as frustrating as landing on a website and you can't find a contact button or a telephone number.
Yeah.
So get the basics right, and then you start by maybe automating something like frequently asked questions or your messages or whatever, and find an AI tool that works for it. Just don't start with 1,200 tools and go through all of them and try. That is totally overwhelming.
Can you imagine?
No, it's serious. And, I always, we had this discussion last time as well, where, when you open a new business and you don't know so much about it's not a tick box anymore. You don't tick the box. I've got a website, I've got a Facebook, I've got a Twitter, I've got an Instagram, I've got a LinkedIn, and then you don't use it. That actually does more damage. So don't go and write AI tools into a thing that you don't understand. Start with the basics, get the basics right, and then find the tool that works for you. You don't have to use all 1,200 of them. You can get away with maybe 3 or 4 at the most for most small businesses.
Yeah, I think also, and your customers or potential customers, they also still want they want to have like a human interaction and a feeling that they're dealing with humans and not just a spaceship full of robots.
Absolutely. I actually listened to I can't remember the company's name, but a company that advertised and said, and I thought it was absolutely fascinating and a very good angle that they did. They mentioned something like, you're speaking to people. It's people. Your customers are people, so it's people speaking to people, not a robot. So there's a fine balance to have. Like I say, automating a message or sending out a reply to say you closed, but you'll call them tomorrow. That's one thing, but please don't lose the personal interaction from your business.
Yeah.
I think that will, in future, be one of the things that will actually let your business stand out, is the fact that I can actually still call you.
Yeah, and I remember, once I urgently needed to chat to a cell phone network provider, and on the website everything was so automated. Later on I was like, how do I talk to a human? I actually typed into their little chat bot. I said how I want to talk to a human.
I've tried that, and then the thing usually comes back with something. So I found another way, because I'm one of the old school. Especially if you want something quickly, I want to speak to a person, tell you what I want, and then I'll send you emails and everything.
Yeah.
So what I do is, when you get all those options, you just keep pressing one hash. You confuse the AI completely, and then they put you through to the switchboard. So that's what I do.
Okay. I used to do 000 all the time, and then I got through. But I don't know if that's working anymore.
Don't ask for a human, because AI has now learned to say, but there isn't one available. Just go 000. That makes no sense, and then they put you through. So
even when you
one way of doing it.
Even when you call these voice automated systems, press 1, press 2, whatever. It's just the AI thing, giving you options for it to solve the problem, but there's no option to talk to a human. And
No.
that's incredibly frustrating, I'm seeing that the big cell phone networks are taking away their customer service centers or accessibility to it, and later on you're just stuck with this tin voice and it's not helping at all.
Yes, and on the tourism side, all your OTAs, when I say OTAs, is your online travel agencies, if you have a guest house and you list it with X, Y, and Z where they can do bookings. There's only actually one out of, I'm talking before COVID, you could call all of them. At the moment, there's one that stands out, that is one that you can call. The rest is all automated.
Yeah.
Because they've closed, for example, in South Africa, a lot of their offices, they don't have it. So now there is a number, but it's an automated thing, and you get through to Netherlands or wherever the case may be. That language is an issue. And it's so impersonal. And it takes you like 2 hours to do something that you could have done in 5 minutes if you could speak to a person.
Yeah, exactly. So a very important lesson in today's episode is don't lose the human component of your business. Don't rely too much on robots and AI. And the other thing I want to add, Riaan, is if I open a website and my computer's fan starts spinning louder because of all the graphics going on, then I actually immediately close it again. So don't be too heavy on the graphics. Have you ever had that situation where you go onto a website and the thing is so heavy that your computer fan actually speeds up?
Yes, we've got a term in the trade. We call them the jumping cats website. Please don't put jumping cats. There's no reason you should have a jumping cat, and that graphics is just taking the space that you don't need. So
it's the background videos.
It's absolutely necessary. Keep it simple.
Yeah, I remember those sites, the background videos and all the fancy graphics and stuff. Meanwhile, your old laptop is overheating and sounds like it's taking off to space.
Yes, no, absolutely. And that's another very interesting thing. I don't know if we've still got time, but I'll make
it. Sure. Yeah.
Hardware is an issue these days. The days where you bought a computer, we had a client the other day that was still on Outlook 2003.
Oh, my word.
With all due respect, that is
Good
21
Lord.
years old. I don't know how the thing operated. So I almost want to say to you, hardware these days is 3 years and you have to start thinking about replacing it.
Yeah.
The days of having a cell phone for 5, I mean, do you know anybody that's got a cell phone that's older than 5 years that's in business? I'm not talking about, somebody that's not in business and they just use the thing for calls. And that's the same thing with your computers these days. Imagine they're writing AI into the backups on all of this. So it's like asking you to, those old Nokia bricks that we had. Mm-hmm. It's like telling you to take a photo and WhatsApp it to me. The hardware just can't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So the days of having a computer for 10 years and thinking you're going to float it through, I almost want to say 3 to 5 years. 5 years is maximum. Then you've got to look at replacing the hardware because it just can't keep up.
Yeah, you got to save up then, because eventually you will actually find that it is not good for your productivity. You're losing time also when you're busy working because you're waiting for stuff to load and it's taking too long. You can actually hear how your computer is battling with everything that's going on. I mean, that's a clear sign. You don't want to wait for it to go kaboom before you do something.
Yeah, and the thing that you must also remember is that everything moved image and video, which is a whole different ballgame to doing text, So it's literally like I say, trying to send those old Nokias or those old Blackberries or whatever that you had with the text only. It's like trying to say to someone, take a photo and send it to me from that device. It's impossible.
Maar jy kan 'n klein mannetjie teken mos op baie ou fone met die kommaatjies en die punte. Onthou jy ons het prentjies gemaak mos met die kommaatjies en die punte en die hakkies.
Yes. Ek wil vir jou sê die nuwe Tetris gaan nie eens op hom speel nie.
Nee. Ja, it's amazing hoe die tye verander het, né?
Ja, nee. Jy weet ons is almal gewoond gewees daaraan. Jy koop 'n rekenaar en jy weet hy hou eintlik 5 jaar, maar jy kan ons druk vir so 7, dit werk nie meer nie, ek beloof vir jou.
No.
Veral nie in besigheid nie.
Exactly. Riaan, and that's it for another episode. Thank you so much once again. It's always great to hear how you're sharing your knowledge and insights and your experiences. We really appreciate it.
Only a pleasure, and thank you for the listeners for listening to us.
Yeah, sure. And then we'll chat again next week. Same time, same place.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jan.
Thank you, Rian.
Dankie. Bye-bye.
Attention business owners and entrepreneurs. Are you ready to take your online presence to new heights? Look no further than Rian Jordan Marketing, your one-stop solution for all your digital needs. Whether it's a stunning website, top-notch hosting services, eye-catching graphic designs, or social media marketing to boost your online presence, we can help. Our dedication to excellence and a track record of success is what sets us apart. Rian Jordan Marketing is trusted by both South African and international clients, delivering results that speak for themselves. Don't miss out on the opportunity to transform your online presence. Contact Rian Jordan Marketing today and let us turn your digital dreams into reality. Visit our website at rjdm.co.za or give us a call at 087 1488 408. Rian Jordan Marketing. Your success is our priority.